New York Cosmos in the Soccer Bowl Championship. Dan Mooney alongside Gord Smith, as always. And it's been quite a week for Ottawa Fury FC. They defeated Minnesota last weekend. This weekend, the individual awards were handed out. Marc Dos Santos, no question, Coach of the Year. Romuald Peiser, no question, Golden Glove winner. Drew Becky, Humanitarian of the Year award, and three members of Fury FC, Romuald Peiser, Richie Ryan, and Rafael Alves, make the best 11 of the season, Gord, but I'm sure they'd give it all up today to tote that trophy around at the end of 90 minutes.
Oh, they certainly would. And I mean, it's nice, individual awards are terrific, but when you have a situation where you've got 90 minutes, possibly 120, and possibly even more penalty kicks at the end of the day, to bring home an NASL championship, individual awards become secondary all of a sudden. And it's all about this afternoon, the team that Mark's putting out there, solid team, quality team, we know who they are, they know what their job is. Can they bring a title home? We'll know in a couple of hours.
Highlights of last week's match, just an absolute beauty at TD Place, Gord.
Yeah, controversial penalty kick given right off the bat, not a penalty kick in my eyes. Ramirez, one of the top scorers, puts it away. Tommy Heineman's first goal, drives it. Goalkeeper possibly could have done a little bit better there. The sheer pace on the shot took it beyond him. And then, of course, a little bit of controversy here. Was he offside? Was he onside? Doesn't make any difference. Tommy Heineman, the flag stayed down, drives it into the back of the net for a 2-1 win. Great saves by Peiser at the end to preserve the victory 2-1, and the Fury moving on to New York here this afternoon.
One of the great things about today from an Ottawa Fury FC standpoint, Gord, is the fact that everybody is reasonably healthy for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Julian de Guzman, Captain Canada, was away Friday night out in BC with the national team. They came through 1-0 with a big win to start the next phase of the World Cup qualifying. He's not here this afternoon. Will be a loss, but when you've got a player of the quality of youngster Maro Eustaquio coming in to fill in instead, I think you've got a solid enough replacement and can get the job done here against a very, very tough New York Cosmos outfit.
Here are the way things worked out between these two sides earlier this season. A 1-0 loss, or a 1-0 win for Cosmos on the 2nd of May, a 0-0 draw on the 26th, and then that impressive 4-1 win on the 22nd of September.
And I think the key to that 4-1 win was twofold. Number one, it was obviously the defensive, awareness of the back four, and certainly Peiser was outstanding that evening as well. But it was the ability to hit on the counter-attack that made such a huge difference, getting bodies forward and attacking at pace. And I think that's something that possibly Marc Dos Santos will be sending his troops out here again this afternoon. Defend a little bit deeper, hit on the counter-attack, but above all else, you've got to maintain possession. If you allow this New York Cosmos team too much time on the ball, you're going to be chasing shadows all afternoon. You've got to make sure that you're the one that's got the bulk of the possession, especially in centre midfield.
Romuald Peiser and Sinisa Ubi-Patapovic, certainly two members of Fury FC that garnered a lot of consideration for MVP. That went to Stefano Pino earlier this week, but Sinisa Ubi-Patapovic, your guy to watch for Fury, and always dangerous Raul, in his final match as a professional for the Cosmos.
Yeah, Raul obviously scored the winner in the semi-final last week against Fort Lauderdale. 8 regular season goals, tied for the team lead. But it's Ubi-Patapovic, that last line at the bottom, he's got the vision to unlock the Cosmos defence, and they're going to be up against a defence that's very solid, very well organised. He assisted on the winning goal for Tommy Heineman last weekend against Minnesota. He's the key. He's got to link that back four with the front three, aided by the other two midfielders, Richie Ryan and Maro Eustaquio this afternoon. Big shoulders for Ubi-Patapovic to carry this team this afternoon.
And big shoulders they are. He's done it all season long, leads the team with 8 assists. Now, we would be remiss if we didn't say hello to the good folks at the Heart and Crown, Stony Monday's Riot and the Bytown boys. There with a watch party at the Heart and Crown, and a good crowd on hand, Gord.
There certainly is, and they're all very excited. On top of about 150, 200, yeah, there they are, give us away, folks, about 150, 200 or so that took the buses down to New York. They left about 6 o'clock this morning. They're going to arrive in time for the game. They watch the game, and then they're going to turn right around and come back home and arrive home tomorrow morning. So, terrific dedication, wonderful crowd, all the best to everyone down at the Heart and Crown. Give it loudly, lads and ladies. Kids as well in the front row. enjoy your afternoon. Hopefully the Fury will bring home a championship here in 2015.
Let's go to James Stewart Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University on Long Island in New York. And there you see the two teams coming out and a good crowd on hand at Stewart Stadium this afternoon, Gord.
Well, we saw Pelly in the crowd there, so lots of dignitaries. Yeah, there should be a really big crowd there. As we said, you know, in excess almost of 200, possibly 250, 300 worth of Fury. I'm sure a lot of the players have friends and family down there. You know, I had an opportunity last week to meet Mason Trafford's dad, who was in the crowd. He'd come all the way from the West Coast, and obviously Ryan Richter as well. His whole family, by the looks of it, was up. And it was so nice to see that these lads were able to enjoy the moment of a big semi-final win and get to a championship final here this afternoon with their friends and family in tow.
Member of New York's finest, along with a member of the RCMP out there guarding the Soccer Bowl trophy. And a moment of silence for the victims of the terrorist attacks in Paris.
And now,
Rousing renditions of the Canadian and American national anthems. This one is not going to be an easy fight. Gordon Smith, Ottawa Fury FC with the best record, one loss in their last 26 games. But the New York Cosmos finished first overall. Thus, they get to host the Soccer Bowl championship. But they're not going to go away lightly either. Raul in his final game as a professional, Marco Senna in his final game as a professional. They want to win one for these guys.
Well, they certainly do. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for the New York Cosmos here this afternoon. Head coach Giovanni Savarese has Jimmy Mauer in goal. Number 2, Hunter Freeman. Number 4, Carlos Mendez. Number 6, Roversio. Number 7, the aforementioned Raul. Number 13, Sebastião Guenzati. Number 14, Danny Zatella. Number 17, Iose. Number 19, Marco Senna. Number 20, Walter Restrepo. And number 8, Gaston Celerino for the New York Cosmos here this afternoon.
Ottawa Fury starting a familiar lineup. Romuald Peiser in goal. 15 wins over the course of the season. And the back row, that solid back row that has been so good for Fury FC this season. Mason Trafford, Colin Falvey, Rafael Alves, and Ryan Richter. In the middle, the captain, Richie Ryan. Back, asked him after the game last week against Minnesota. I said, how do you feel? He says, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Here's Mark Dos Santos. We'll get to the finish of the starting lineup soon.
Great streak, but this is just one game. Why will the first 15 minutes be so important?
The first 15, because of the noise, the crowd, the atmosphere, we need to settle. And the truth is that the last 26 games don't count today. What counts is the next 90 minutes.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Let's go over to Tina Servastio with Gio Savarese.
All right, Ed, thank you. Gio, with the way Ottawa played here and scored 4 goals the last time you faced them, what's important about the way you want your Cosmos to start this match?
First of all, to be better in set pieces, also to have a better balance when we attack, that way we don't leave the spaces open, and we have to be quick to move the ball and very dynamic.
Gio, thank you, and congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Now let's send it back to JP Delacamera and Shep Messing for the call of the game.
Richie Ryan in the middle. Maro Eustachiou getting the start in place of Julian de Guzman, who is off with the Canadian national team. Sinisha Ubi-Parapovic, we talked about him. He's our player to watch for Fury FC this afternoon. Tommy Heineman with 10 goals on the season, including the 2 last week. Gets the start up in the middle up front with Paolo Jr. on the left and Andrew Wiedemann on the right. Marco Senna and Raul playing their final games as professionals here at Schuart Stadium on the campus of Hofstra University. And we're almost set to get this one underway. Gord, everybody in this city has been catching the Fury fever over the last couple of weeks and anxiously awaiting the kickoff of this one.
And no matter where you are watching the game this afternoon, at the Hearts and Crown, at the official watch party, whether you're at Hofstra University, right down there in New York, or else just watching it on Rogers TV with us, get your red, white and black colours out, because this team needs your support this afternoon. Cheer them on loudly. And the Fury, as I said, 90 minutes, possibly 120 away from hosting an NASL Championship trophy.
And a battle of the goaltenders here as we look at the pictures that we're getting. Romuald Peiser with the best goals against average in the North American Soccer League, .79, and Jimmy Mauer at the other end, second with .93.
Yeah, and there was some of those crucial saves at the end of the game within the last 5-10 minutes of the match. Ottawa had gone up 2-1. Peiser makes the saves. I think there's 3 words we have to really key on this afternoon for the Ottawa Fury. They all begin with the letter P. Patience, possession, and penetration. Very patient. That's what it's going to take, and Mark talked in these first 15 minutes. Get into your shape, get into your rhythm, get the game settled down nice and early. Possession, above all else, you have to have the ball more than New York. And penetration, whether it's on a counter-attack or whether it's from open play, you've got to get in the back of this back 4 for the Cosmos.
Ottawa in possession off the opening kickoff. There's Paolo Jr. and the ball goes out for an Ottawa throw.
Well, we see the Fury setting up in their traditional 4-3-3 formation. Eustachiou, Richie Ryan will just sit in front of the back 4, and you will have a situation where Ubi-Parapovic will be given a bit of licence to roam. move left, move right, move deep, move forward as needed to. Tell you what, Richie Ryan in that first challenge there, that 50-50 ball, he looks as if he's picked up a little bit of a knock. He's walking rather gingerly on those legs of his, and I just wonder if he's picked up a bit of an injury.
Well, after the game against Minnesota a week ago, Gord, I asked him how he felt, and he said, "I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, with the exception of the birth of my daughter, but I've never been in more pain." And Fury FC go on the attack, and
yeah, it was
deep.
just like a 50-50 ball. The two of them came together within the first 30 seconds, and it did look as possibly jammed his leg a little bit. And we just have to pay attention to Richie to see how he's able to ride out that in these first 5-10 minutes. Ryan Richter, we talked about him all season, along with Mason Trafford, got to get forward into good advanced positions.
There's the throw. Heineman with the header, easily gathered by Maurer.
Well, Jimmy Miller's had another outstanding season for the New York Cosmos, as you said, Dan, finishing just a little bit behind Romeo Pezer in just about every major stat that you can have for goalkeepers here in 2015. NASL goals against leaders, as we said, Pezer 0.76, Maurer 0.93, and then Maurer, as good a season as Pezer had with 14 shutouts, Jimmy Maurer himself had 12. So an excellent job for the New York Cosmos, and there's a perfect understanding and reason why these are the two teams left standing heading in to the NASL Championship, trying to win the Soccer Bowl here this afternoon.
Another long throw from Ryan Richter, deep in New York territory. Couple of minutes in, here's Heineman. Sends that across, looking for Paolo Jr., but he couldn't catch up to it. The ball cleared away, and it'll be another Ottawa throw.
And you've got Paolo Jr. out wide on the left. We know he's predominantly right-footed. Danny likes to go to the left and then cut back onto his favoured right foot, either for a shot, looking to curl it into the top-hand corner. If he is able to get the beating of his man this afternoon down that left-hand side, could be a big plus for the Ottawa Fury here today.
Ryan Richter, the right fullback, plays that back. Eustachio for Rafael Alves. Alves tries to go across the pitch, and that's interrupted by the Cosmos, as in the first 3 minutes or so, all possession has been in Ottawa's favour, and a free kick awarded Fury FC.
Yeah, I think that was Hunter Freeman just going right through Paolo Jr. there. He's being helped up to his feet there by Walter Restrepo, but a couple of crunching tackles already here inside these first 3.5 minutes, Dan. I think that the Cosmos realise they've got to match the physicality, the physical side of the game that the Ottawa Fury does bring, especially in central midfield and at the back.
Richter goes up, heads it up, Wiedemann tries to get it across off the hand of Mendez, and a free kick awarded Fury FC deep in Cosmos territory. There you see Sebastian Guenzati and Gia Savarese not particularly pleased with the call.
Yeah, I think it might actually be a corner kick more than a free kick. I don't believe that the handball there was caught. It will be Ubi Parapovic, right-footed, an outswinger here to get that ball into the box.
Sanisha Ubi Parapovic, the delivery, curls it around, the header, and it was defended beautifully by the Cosmos. They get it back out again. Here's Ubi Parapovic, sends it back into the area, and quickly gathered up by Jimmy Maurer.
Yeah, a little bit too close on that second ball. And anything in the 6-yard box, I would expect both these goalkeepers this afternoon, Dan, as quality as they are, to be just sucking everything up, plucking out of the air, and ready to start an attack going the other way.
Maurer with the clear. Over the head of Ubi Parapovic. And now New York goes on the attack. Here's Restrepo. Inside, Raul taken down, and a free kick awarded 30 yards out.
We're all not happy about that tackle from behind. I think the last game they played here, this 4-1 game right in this stadium, there we see Alves just the right foot clipping the heels of Raul. He goes to ground, a free kick in a dangerous area. 5 minutes already, and the first real good opportunity for the New York Cosmos, Dan, to create some havoc in that back line of the Fury.
You heard Mark Dos Santos at the top of the program saying that the first 15 minutes are crucial. Telling everybody, the referee this afternoon, Alan Kelly, telling everybody to play the whistle. All kinds of traffic just outside the area. Richie Ryan directing traffic. Rafael Alves, Heineman, Wiedemann. And Eustachio on the wall. Here's a delivery from Senna, well off the mark.
Yeah, very. I mean, you could see the body shape. He was trying to curl that ball around the wall into the top right-hand corner. We got well underneath it. And the ball sailed a good 5-10 yards over that crossbar. But a nice bright start for the Fury. The first 3 or 4 minutes looking positive going forward. Nice to see Ryan Richter get down the right-hand side. Ball's played into Tommy Heineman. The sooner you get Heineman involved in the play, the better it will be for the Fury this afternoon.
Freeman lets it go out. New York throw. Satella in traffic, gets caught up by Richie Ryan. Eustachio plays it all the way back, and Mason Trafford plays it up for Heineman. Can't quite catch up to it. He's taken down by Mendez. Here's Freeman back to midfield. And there's Celerino.
Could be a yellow card as well very early. The referee is calling him aside. Yeah, it will be a yellow card right away for Celerino very early in this match.
Your attention, please. Yellow card is
I'm pretty sure Celerino started the 4-1 game as well, and he had a frustrating first half. Yeah, but it was really high into the back of the rib area. Mauro Eustachio just off to the side. I think Celerino at half-time was taken off. His performance wasn't as expected as it should have been. And Lucky Cassana came in for the second half for the Cosmos. Celerino in that game, frustrated. A few decisions went against him. A couple of handballs, a couple of tackles he thought around the edge of the 18-yard box should have been called. They weren't. And there already this afternoon, referee Alan Kelly has gone to the book. A yellow card, and Celerino, well, again, his evening may be over a lot sooner than it started, because when you get into these type of physical battles, Dan, the last thing you can be doing is picking up a second yellow card and going down to 10 men.
Good race for it. Satella goes down. Play continues. Here's Celerino. And he gets it by Pazer.
Well, an absolute disaster for the Ottawa Fury. I think a lot of them may have been waiting for the foul to be given. The referee allowed play to continue. As the ball went into the 18-yard box, 2 or 3 players came together, including the goalkeeper, and completely underneath Pazer. It was into the back of the net for 1-0 for the New York Cosmos. An absolute disaster for the Ottawa Fury inside 10 minutes. They've been taking the play to New York. The first real attack by the Cosmos. And here we see it. It's a slack ball there. Richter can only play the ball off. Right there, the free kick's probably going to be given. The referee's he's making his way towards. Falvey comes across. Eustachio gets there. The goalkeeper comes and slides it underneath. And Celerino gets the ball into the back of the net. Seconds after taking the first start of the game, a yellow card, he gets the second all-important one. And that's this first goal here this afternoon. The Ottawa Fury back 4. Not getting the job done, getting it cleared away, switched off a little bit, and unfortunately they've gone down 1-0 here this afternoon already.
His second of the season, Gaston Celerino in the 9th minute, and it's 1-0 for Cosmos. And how important was that statement by Mark Dos Santos at the beginning of this one? They got to get through the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, you wanted to take the crowd out of it, and all you've done right now is just let them get right back into it. As we said, the Fury had been the better of the two teams inside the first 5-6 minutes. New York on the first real attack. There's a bit of a slack play in central midfield by the Fury, it has to be pointed out. Unfortunately, the deflection there off of Ryan Richter's clearance went straight to the Cosmos. Free kick wasn't called, play was on to continue. And they got the goal, slipping the ball under Pazer.
There's Raul. Into the corner. Restrepo. Restrepo sends it across. Falvey gets the clear with some help. Trafford goes down against Restrepo. Restrepo still on the turf.
Yeah, didn't quite see what happened there. The two of them just went up to the ball. I'm not quite sure if possibly Restrepo. Just an arm there by Mason Trafford as he tried to get Levens going up into the air. But unfortunately for the Cosmos player, he went to ground, and Ottawa will get the ball back. But Unfortunately, we see Mason Trafford going up. Yeah, I didn't see an awful lot there. You know, the initial arm, it was out. There wasn't an awful lot of contact there, but Restrepo stayed down, and unfortunately for the Fury, an attack going the other way had to be stopped for fair play. Kicked the ball out. Now the Fury will have it back in their possession to start play going the other way. Pazer with it.
And another award given to Fury this week, the Fair Play Award. 42 yellow cards, 45 yellow cards, and 1 red, the lowest in the league, but that doesn't necessarily mean they don't play tough. Here's Raul, down the right side, Falvey after it. Off a couple of legs, comes to Richie Ryan, gets it to Paolo Jr., and here's a race for it, Heineman, and offside.
Yeah, a good quick early ball down the channel there for Tommy to chase after, just couldn't maintain his position on side, and an easy decision, an easy call there by the assistant referee in perfect alignment with Tommy Heineman. The flag goes up. Well, this, you know, as Mark said, you want to get through those first 15 minutes. You've surrendered the goal now inside 10 minutes. Bit of a scrambly play, a couple of guys possibly switched off. You lose your shape, and unfortunately, Celerino was first to jump in there, realised there was an opportunity. The referee was playing advantage on the play, and unfortunately for the Fury, they find themselves down 1-0 10 minutes into this match here today.
Just a minute after he was booked for getting the spikes up into Mauro Eustaquio, Gaston Celerino opened the scoring, getting one past Romuald Pazer.
Oh, Jimmy Miller, they're just saying the ball's deflated a little bit too much. It's not the correct pressure. Not exactly deflate gate, but there's a certain poundage that the ball has to be at, and Mauer obviously felt that it was a little bit under pressure and kicked the ball out. The Fury throw it back, and it's now with Marco Senna as he tries to drive the Cosmos forward for a second goal here and put this Ottawa Fury team under even more pressure than they are here so far, down 1-0.
Restrepo, Richie Ryan moves that up. Paolo Jr. down the left side with some speed. Paolo Jr. gets away from Reversio. Maurer well out of his goal to gather it up before Paolo Jr. could gain control. He had Tommy Heineman with him.
Well, terrific play by Paolo Jr. That's the pace, that's the speed we need to get down that that flank of him. If he's able to get in behind the defender, his last touch was just a little bit too heavy. Took it all the way into the 18-yard box, but that's the type of penetration you've got to get in behind the back four. I think the pace of Paolo Jr., I don't believe there's anyone in that back four this afternoon for New York that can keep up with him. Get him the ball, get it to feet, let him create a little bit of magic if he can down that flank.
Sotella loses control. Here's Heineman now for Fury. Down the left side, Paolo Jr. plays it all the way across, or at least tries to, but Guenzati got a head on it. Eustaquio for Ubi Parapovic. Too far for him to control. And now comes back to the captain, Richie Ryan, out to the right flank for the fullback, Ryan Richter, inside. And Ubi Parapovic just unable to handle that pass.
Yeah, every time Ubi Parapovic advances into the attacking third, Dan, there's two shots looking for him every single time. Where is he? Close him down. Don't allow him any time in the attacking third to find Wiedemann, Heineman or Paolo Jr. with an inch-perfect pass.
Paolo Jr. had a couple of goals in the 4-1 victory by Fury FC on September the 22nd right here at Hofstra University. A goal could not be much bigger than in this game with a Soccer Bowl championship at stake.
And all we have to do is look back to 7 days ago, Dan. The Ottawa Fury early in the 7th or 8th minute went down to Minnesota United, 1-0 down. They battled back. That's the patience we talked about earlier on the top of the show. Just maintain your shape, maintain your position, get back into your flow of things, get the ball out wide, get the fullbacks forward, ask Ubi Parapovic to pull the trigger on some plays and get this tying goal. Do not panic. Do not worry about what New York are doing. Get back into your own flow, your own rhythm of the game. Yes, you had an early setback. Don't go down a second goal here this afternoon.
Again, Cosmos on the attack. Senna! Just A little bit underneath that one.
A decent strike. The ball sat up nicely for him, didn't it? It broke away from a couple of Fury players. Richie Ryan trying to block it there. He does get underneath it, a good 5-6 feet over the crossbar, but you know, it seems to be the policy. We've had a couple of long strikes already from Senna. You see the goalposts have a crack. You never know where it's going to end up.
Guenzati for Senna, up the middle, Satella, back for Guenzati, plays it down the right flank, Raul after it, goes to Pézère, and little lackadaisical, too nonchalant for Marc Dos Santos' liking inside their area. Wiedemann, Heinemann, Paolo Jr. Out to the right side, Eustachio. Being closed on by Celerino immediately. Ayoze plays that one back for Guenzati.
Well, after that bright start, Dan, the last 10 minutes, the last 7 or 8 minutes, the Fury have struggled right now to maintain possession in central midfield. It's getting in there. They're looking to make a quick pass. Their head's coming up. And right away they're being closed down by the Cosmos, who are doing a terrific job of harrying them in that central third. So they've got to do a little bit better job of keeping that possession, trying to hold on to a little bit. Again, the New York Cosmos, when they have it, getting the ball out to the right, getting the ball out to the midfield, getting the ball into the middle, and it's making it tough for the Fury to stay with them.
Restrepo with another opportunity. Rafael Alves there in defense for Fury FC, and the shot went wide, but wonderful ball control by Raul and Restrepo.
Well, again, they're winning that second ball. The ball's getting cleared away from the Fury, and right away it's a white shot that's getting onto it. Fury claiming for a corner kick there. The ball came off of Alves. It does look as if that has been given, and it will be the Fury now having to be very deep defending this corner kick.
Pézère making sure everyone's marked. Ayoze to take the corner. Curls it in, headed away by Heinemann. Freeman back into the corner. Ayoze. Freeman all the way across. Nice little touch. Celerino fired that one just wide.
Well, the Fury were looking for offside there. Celerino, the flag stayed down. He has to do a lot better with that shot, go across the goalkeeper. No, he's not offside. I think it was Richie Ryan in the middle there that may have possibly just played him on as that ball was touched through. Celerino's got to go across Pézère into the bottom right-hand corner. He tries to go short corner. Pézère had it well covered, but again, a little ball played quickly from the edge of the 18-yard box. Sprung Celerino. Somebody's gone to ground there, just trying to see what's going on here. There's number 14 there, Danny Satella, involved. He's just been pulled away by Raul. The experience of the Spaniard there. Just don't get involved, walk away, and we're just not sure if we're going to get a chance to see anything off the ball that happened there.
It was away from
Tommy Heinemann appears to have taken something on the... Well, looks like Guenzati. I think it was Zatella originally was the one that was involved, and Heinemann was just saying it was an elbow there that was thrown by Zatella, but...
And Zatella stays with him step for step.
No, I would expect Tommy Heinemann to have another physical game here this afternoon. Certainly against Minnesota it was last week, same again today.
Ubi Parapovic, that one headed away by Reversio, and it'll be a throw.
Yeah, another chance for the big lads to come up from the back. I think the two of them are now going back, Alves and Falvey. Jason Trafford will take a long throw in here, possibly get it into the box.
Not a lot of room on the far side, on the bench side. You get a little bit of run on those long throws, but Mason Trafford will have to do his best with a short run. Sends it in, Heinemann heads it back. Ubi Parapovic goes up. Guenzati there, Richie Ryan rolls that in. And Maurer had to dive to his left to make that stop.
Yeah, decent strike from Richie Ryan, about 2 yards outside the box there on a decent angle. As we see a late strike coming in there, just possibly going wide there. Maurer's got to make the save, doesn't matter. And goalkeepers have to just go to ground, make sure that that's not going to be in the back of the net. Good technique by Richie Ryan to get the ball down, but unfortunately Goalkeeper Mal was there to make the save.
Restrepo for Raul. Raul all the way to the left side. Guenzati, Ayoze, Senna. All the way back for Carlos Mendez. Roversio. He'll play it back to Maurer just to be safe.
Got Mendez, the only New York Cosmos player to make the NASL Best 11. You already pointed out 3 Fury players. Central defender for the Cosmos, the only player to make that starting 11, which is a bit surprising. Minnesota had, from what I can see, 4 players in that Best 11. The Fury now have to defend a corner kick 21 minutes in. This first half has fairly flown by, it really has. We had a good start by the Ottawa Fury, 4 or 5 minutes. Then there was that free kick, and then obviously the goal there that has the Cosmos at 1-0 here this afternoon. 21 and a half minutes gone. They lead this NASL Championship final.
The delivery. Curls it in, headed out again by Tom Heineman. Here's Ayoze for Zatella. Zatella, Ayoze. Into the area, Trafford playing Roversio quite nicely. Roversio well up from his defender position, and Paolo Jr. away down the left side. Here's Jr. Cuts back to the inside, rolls it back for Eustachio. Eustachio out for Ryan Richter. Richter to the captain, Richie Ryan. Back to the outside flank. Paolo Jr. knocks it down. 2. Cosmos converging on him, and Restrepo called for the foul.
Better possession, better patience by the Fury. Richie Ryan, a nice ball swept over to Paolo Jr. Just trying to change the angle of attack to give the Cosmos a bit of a different look. Nice counter-attack there on the break. Paolo Jr. out wide on the left. I felt he could have kept going down the flank. Decides to cut back into the right. Fury end up getting the free kick. A chance for the big lads to come up from the back.
Maurer indicating to Zatella. Here's the delivery. The header. Alves, loose ball. Finally cleared away by Mendez. And then off of the leg of Andrew Wiedemann as he went after it with Sebastian Guenzati.
That was a terrific ball whipped in. It was one of those areas where the goalkeeper can't come for it. Here it is, it's going right to the edge of the 6-yard box, and at that point, goalkeeper in no man's land. He was always going to be second best to that. And unfortunately for the Fury, Alves just couldn't get the crucial touch to get it into the empty net. Maurer made the decision to come, didn't get there. Very, very fortunate for the New York Cosmos. That didn't end up in the back of the net.
Ball goes into touch as Wiedemann, Richie Ryan, and Ryan Richter attempted to work the triangle. Cosmos very sound defensively. And they're proving it here in this first half of the 2015 Soccer Bowl Championship. Into the area, Satella couldn't get the shot away. Here's Richter, and he just clears it away.
Well, look at that, 3 New York Cosmos around Ryan Richter there. They're really committing bodies forward, Dan. When they have good possession, they're looking to get the ball forward as quickly as possible, and they're flooding that attacking third, which is making it difficult for some of the Fury defenders. Who am I marking? Who am I picking up? You've got to have Ryan, you've got to have Eustachio coming back to help out as well.
Ayoze looks one way, goes all the way back. Mendez plays it over for Roversio. Senna. Roversio. Inside. Zatella. For Restrepo. Restrepo. Guenzati. No play. Restrepo drops it off for Marcos Senna. And Senna can't see an opening, so they'll try another avenue of attack. Ayoze for Mendez. And Restrepo, or make that Reversio, has it again.
Yeah, the two wide players for the Fury, Wiedemann and Paulo Jr. dropping so deep to help out Mason Trafford and Ryan Richter. There really is no out ball when they get a chance to break. There's really only Tommy Hyman up front. He's in the middle of two defenders. You know, you've really got to try and push the two wide men up front a little bit further if you can, just to try and take a little bit of pressure off this back four and holding two central midfield role that you've got in Ryan and Eustáquio.
Reversio for Senna. Little chip by Freeman. Played up, Alves. Reversio heads it down. Eustáquio for Richter. Richter chips that up and now races on. Wiedemann and Ayoze. Ayoze boxes him out and doesn't allow Andrew Wiedemann to make a play.
Yeah, again, just a little bit of an isolation down that right-hand side. Ryan Richter, when the ball was played forward, a little bit too heavy, but Wiedemann definitely trying to catch up, get the ball into the box if he can. But, well, 26 and a half minutes gone here. You know, the Ottawa Fury, just when they went down, I think they were more shocked and stunned than anything else, Dan, that their game plan possibly inside the first 10 minutes had been upset a little bit. They've tried to right it. Again, I think they're still giving away a little bit too much possession in central midfield. There's just too many white shirts flooding that area right now, and they're doing a better job of picking up the second balls that Ottawa's giving them and able to transition into attack a little bit crisper than the Ottawa Fury are doing right now.
Restrepo saying to Alan Kelly, that's the second time that I've been taken out from behind by Mason Trafford. Senna with the free kick, content to play it back for Reversio. Carlos Mendez. Mendez inside, Gonzatti. Satella. Mendez forced back, play it all the way to the Cosmos keeper Jimmy Maurer. Heinemann right on him, and Maurer had to get rid of it quickly. Richter. Eustáquio. Satella closes quickly. Satella still on him. Richter, some nice dribbling to keep possession. Gets it back to Ryan. Eustáquio plays it for Alves.
Yeah, but look at the work that those white shirts are doing, Dan. Every single time in midfield, the Ottawa Fury player gets the ball and there appears to be a little bit of time. He's getting closed down 2, 3, sometimes even 4 white shirts surrounding him. And it's making it really difficult for someone in a black shirt to put their foot in the ball and just settle things down. It's all happening at such breakneck pace for them. Somebody really has to just try and get this team sort of back into what we're trying to do. Maintain possession, and if you can, get the ball into your lads up front. And right now they're struggling to do that a wee bit.
Another free kick for the Cosmos, just on the Fury side of midfield. And there's a look at some of the 3 bus loads that went down to New York.
Yeah, a lot of fans, we're estimating somewhere between 2 and maybe 250, 300, and they'll be giving it all afternoon with the Fury songs and the cheers and, you know, the Bytown Boys, the Stony Monday Riot, you know, guys that are living and dying with every single kick in this match here this afternoon, as they have all season, driving this team forward to the position they are in here this afternoon. All on their own, went down.
Satella almost with an opportunity there. They go to the far side. Freeman tries to get it across and earns the corner off the boot of Mason Trafford.
Yeah, nice block there by Trafford. He had to make sure. New York had 4 or 5 white shirts, again flooding forward into the box. And it's the difference between the two teams right now. New York just seem to be on the front foot a little bit more when they're going forward, Dan. They're committing bodies into the box. They're committing bodies into the attacking third. And right now Ottawa's on the back foot, having to get men back to cover up for all these white shirts streaming forward.
Third corner of this first half for Cosmos. Ayoze curls it in, headed away by Eustáquio. Reversio sends it in deep. Ayoze against Colin Falvey. Ayoze for Restrepo. Restrepo trying to get around. Heineman touches it in the box, but he gets away with it. And then there's the errant kick by Celerino. I believe the Fury FC may have just gotten away with one.
Well, the referee was in a good position. If it had been a handball, whether it was intentional or not, it's a different story. Here we see it. Heineman ends up, he does go to ground. It doesn't look as if he put the hand on the ball. He kind of kept it back a little bit from that angle anyway. There wasn't an awful lot of shout coming from the New York Cosmos for the penalty kick. So we'll give Heineman the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't a handball inside the 18-yard box. But a decent chance again. They maintained possession after the corner kick. Were able to get the shot from the edge of the 18-yard box. As wayward as it was, it still goes down as a chance for the Cosmos to add to this lead here this afternoon. And Marco Senna right now is just pulling the strings on this match. He's slowing it down, he's speeding it up, much like we see Richie Ryan in an awful lot of cases do for the Ottawa Fury. Marco Senna, the Spaniard there, all sorts of experience, bunch of years with Villarreal in Spain, won 2008 European Championship with Spain. You know, he's a type of player that a lot of the attention, certainly for the obvious reasons, went to Raul this week with him retiring, but Senna retiring as well, just as an illustrious a career for number 19 Marco Senna as there is with Raul. Doesn't have the headlines that goal scorers get, but you're not going to win a game with 10 goal scorers. You need to have muckers and chargers as well, and that's exactly what Senna's done over the course of his career.
Long through ball. Maurer, well out of his goal, sends it up the pitch. Valves promptly sends it right back. Mendez. Or make that Ayoze playing it right back to Jimmy Maurer.
And JP this week, Carlos Mendez was
Well, it's
saying
been a
how
fairly
extra
quiet
special this is for him
game
to
for
play
Maurer,
his
hasn't it? He
championship
really
final.
hasn't had an awful
Of course,
lot
part of the home fan.
to worry about. A couple of free kicks, maybe wide, being thrown into decent positions for the Fury, but in all honesty, the one mistake he made was really the only time we've had to highlight him, Dan, when he missed the ball that was brought in from wide on the right.
Another opportunity, and Freeman plays that one. An offside call. The flag went up from assistant referee Kyle Atkins.
Well, the Fury will be happy that the referee was in sync with his assistant on that far side. The flag went up right away, and the Ottawa Fury now with a chance to get back on the attack, which inside these first 33 minutes have been a little bit few and far between, Dan, it has to be said. Heineman now getting called up for the free kick. I just wonder if he's going to
get a yellow.
I'm not sure. He is calling Tommy Heineman over. I just wonder if he's going to have a little chat with him and just ask him to calm things down. The ball was going into touch. There's no need to be going into the back of the defender, if that is indeed the conversation the referee Kelly is having. There wasn't an awful lot in that. Come on, stay on your feet. There's really no need to go to ground. Not an awful lot of contact. Certainly Hunter Freeman didn't need an awful lot of convincing to go to ground, get the free kick. And unfortunately for the Fury, they're having to defend once again with a ball. Free kick for New York deep inside their own half.
Maurer will take it. Lenzotti just unable to make a play on it. Fury FC coming back. Richter, right side, Eustachio. And three white jerseys converging quickly. Wiedemann gives chase. Here's Wiedemann now. Wiedemann bumped away by Ayoze. Play continues. Wiedemann with some great tenaciousness deep inside the Cosmos end, earns the corner. But what a great job by Wiedemann to stay with the play.
Yeah, just didn't give up on it, did he? Initially, it looked when the ball was played by Ryan Richter down the right-hand side, he was never going to get there. It checked up on the turf, and at that point, he now had possession. He was 1v2 for most of that time. He was able to get away from Zitella. Corner kick now will be Parapovic, right-footed outswinger.
It's a high one, looking far post. Alves after it, pushed in the back by Celerino, kept alive, and it goes out off Celerino. Ottawa throw.
Yeah, deep corner kick there. No one was at the back post, and unfortunately for the Fury, a good ball was wasted. Nobody at the back post to keep the play alive, knocking it back in across the 6-yard box area. And a decent chance for the Ottawa Fury, still allowed to continue here with this throw-in.
Mason Trafford sends it in, misses Heineman, comes out to the top of the area. Ryan plays it in. Wiedemann tries to knock it down, and it's finally cleared away. Eustachio sends it right back into the area, and the Cosmos able to get it out.
Well, this is the counter we talked about now that New York Cosmos will try to use to their advantage. Good play by Alves, just stepping in front there, making sure it gets cleared away.
Heineman goes to ground once again as Reversio went over the top. Play continues as Maurer just sends it into touch as the officials tend to both Tom Heineman and Reversio.
Well, we saw a couple of times last week against Minnesota, that exact same play. The attacker stays on the ground, the defender comes up and over the top of him, and in some cases it's given against the attacker. I mean, Heineman's just maintaining possession. Reversio's not even close to getting the ball. That's a free kick. Doesn't come. I mean, Heineman's just, he's trying to maintain position. And again, I mean, it was at least a couple of yards over Reversio's head. He goes through the back of Heineman. That's got to be a free kick. It's not called. And it's that inconsistency, not only from game to game, but within the game, Dan, that frustrates an awful lot of players, and coaches especially.
Will be an Ottawa throw as they send it back to Maurer, who played it out so that both injured players could be tended to. Zatella to the outside, Reversio, Zatella, Marcos Senna, Carlos Mendez to the outside, Ayoze, and no play, so Ayoze plays it back for Maurer.
And New York will be happy just to maintain possession inside their own defensive third, Dan. There's really no need. They're at 1-0. It's up to Ottawa to come out from their shape a little bit, try and put the pressure on the back four of the Cosmos. They're more than happy right now, just stroke the ball around. Guys are very comfortable, left-footed, right-footed, doesn't matter. Waste some time, get it back to the goalkeeper. Now Maurer's just going to launch it 40, 50 yards up the park.
Senna up for Raul. Raul has it now. Plays it back for Reversio. Reversio goes right side. Freeman on that right side. Doesn't work. He's out there with Restrepo as well. Satella goes to ground, earns a free kick. Much to the chagrin of Sinisha Ubipatapovic.
It's taken quickly.
Here's Celerino once again at the edge of the area. Celerino trying to earn a corner. Goes off Celerino. Should be a goal kick. No, it is a corner.
Has been given again. The Fury having to defend inside the final 7 minutes of the first half. Plus injury time. We have had some stoppages. I would expect at least a minute, possibly two. Celerino has looked lively a couple of times when he's been given opportunities in and around the 18-yard box, Dan. He's willing to run into space. He's willing to run in behind defenders. He's making it difficult for Falve and Alves to keep up with him.
Come back out. Freeman. Ayoze. Hunter Freeman. Back for Ayoze. Restrepo. The third arm of the triangle. Has that one go out off Heineman. And it's another corner for the The fifth of this first half, Gord.
Yeah, and possession-wise, they have been the better of the two teams. They've been able to hold on to it, especially in central midfield, and that's just down to Marcos Senna just coming a little bit deeper, and then he's been allowed to carry the ball 10, 15 yards.
Ayoze's delivery, back post.
There was a big shout for a penalty kick there. There's a couple of bodies coming together. I think it was Reversio thought that he was getting pulled down to the ground.
Here's another look. Trafford with him.
You know what? That's as close to a penalty kick claim as you're going to get here this afternoon. He's got the right arm around him. As he comes back, the left arm bear hugs him almost. And that's a huge decision for the referee not to make. Quite clearly in front of him. They thought the call went in the Ottawa Fury favour there. Reversio certainly feels aggrieved that that penalty kick wasn't called by referee Alan Kelly. I think the Fury dodged a bit of a bullet there, Dan. Here we see it again. Number 6 there, just trying to get on the end of it. He is getting held back. I mean, if he's not being held back, Dan, he's odds on to get his head on that ball and get a goal-scoring opportunity. So a really, really big ask there by the referee on a penalty kick. And Jimmy Mauer
Yellow card.
Mauer gets yellow carded there for booting the ball away in the 41st minute. So a couple of yellow cards so far here this afternoon for the Cosmos. Celerino very early, and then within seconds he scores the opening goal here this afternoon. Here we see it now. Already corner kick. He sees the referee pointing away. The ball comes in. There's another corner for the Fury.
Cleared away by Celerino. Up for Raul. No, this is Restrepo. Restrepo with a good run. Ball finally cleared away by Trafford, and Raul picks up the trail. Back for Restrepo. Restrepo into the area, across into the arms of Pézère.
Well, that counter-attack was too easy. There was no black shirt there, Dan, with a foot ready to put a tackle in. Stop him from getting forward. He must have ran a good 35-40 yards with that ball. And as the second ball broke out, it was once again the Cosmos doing what they've done most of this first half: win that second ball, keep the play alive in the attacking third. And Pézère had to come out, make the stop with the cross. We really haven't called Pézère's name much at all. I mean, for all the possession the Fury the Cosmos have had in the attacking third, Pézère's really hadn't had to make any stops. There's been no real shots of note that he's had to make, other than the goal that they scored in the 9th minute to make it 1-0. But it's just the possession and the play that they've been able to maintain in central midfield and in the attacking third that's making it very, very difficult for the Fury to get any momentum or any flow into their game themselves.
Heineman. Hunter Freeman. There's a race for it. Loose ball. Heineman after it. Heineman back out. And that one blocked by Mendez, and it's headed back into the safe respite of Jimmy Mauer.
Well, Hunter Freeman's a very, very fortunate young man, because he blew his defensive cover there. He tried to get smart, tried to get funny, play the ball off of Tommy Heineman for the throw-in, and Heineman, as dogged as ever, just kept going, and unfortunately didn't get a ball played into the box where he was able to get someone in an attacking position. Maybe Parapovic in the box. Couldn't find him, and the ball broke down, but very, very fortunate there. One of the few mistakes that the Cosmos have made this afternoon. And Marcos Santos and his Fury just unable to capitalise, as that ball was played poorly by Hunter Freeman on that far side.
Alves, across for Richie Ryan. Colin Falvey, the Irish national, was trying to chip that down the left flank for Wiedemann, but the pass went awry.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a stop-start first half performance here by the Fury. I think that goal early took them out of the rhythm a little bit, and I think the Cosmos, just with all their experience, with all their lads that have played in leagues all around the world, being able to just settle things down a lot quicker than the Ottawa Fury, and that's translated into the play out on the park here this afternoon. The Fury inside the first 4 or 5 minutes, definitely a bright start. Once New York though got the goal, it really put them on the back foot, and Ottawa's really struggled to get into this game from an attacking standpoint.
Ayoze goes down after giving up the corner.
I didn't see any contact at all there by Wiedemann. It must have been when he fell. He banged his elbow or something on the turf.
Here's another
Parapovic. Nice ball for Wiedemann to chase after. And nothing there. I don't know if he just got a rug burn or possibly scraped it, but it was. He did. Yeah, he looked like he slammed his elbow down on the heel of Wiedemann. Certainly nothing Wiedemann did wrong. It may just have been Ayoze on his own, unfortunately, self-inflicted with the injury off the heel of Andrew Wiedemann. But
and he's got to come off for this corner.
He does, yes.
So it'll
the
be
attention he got from the trainer, yeah, he certainly does have to come off, and he's struggling a wee bit there. I'm sure, see how it is at half time, get him in there and give him a chance to get settled in and get back out in the second half.
So Fury FC get a corner. 10 men up against 9 as Aoze heads to the sideline. Ubi Padapovic curled that one out, and everyone marked, and away come Cosmos once again. Celerino trying to get away from Mason Trafford or Colin Falvey unsuccessfully. Heineman pushed down once again, looking for a call. Alan Kelly checks on him, sees that he's okay. Aoze back out there, no worse for wear.
2 minutes added on here in this first half. A minute gone. The Cosmos, I'm sure, will just like to see this out, get into the dressing room at 1-0, and then get ready to come back out in the second half, defend this 1-0 lead. The Fury with some work to do at half time. A discussion as to what needs to change to try and make them a little bit more successful here in the second half.
Here's the steal, and this is where Mark Dos Santos likes to work. Once Cosmos lose possession, they break down a little, and that's when Ottawa can take full advantage, but they haven't been able to make Cosmos lose possession very much in this first half.
Yeah, I think the back four are just being pushed so far back for the Ottawa Fury. I mean, you know, they're almost setting up about 10, maybe 12 yards outside their own 18-yard box, and it's just giving the Cosmos all sorts of room in central midfield. The half-time whistle has gone. The Ottawa Fury trail 1-0 after 45 minutes.
On a goal by that man, Gaston Celerino. In the 9th minute, got one past Pézère, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Cosmos after the first half. Don't go anywhere, folks. More from our Rogers TV studios in just a moment.
This program is brought to you by the Ottawa Sun, where real fans turn for sports news.
Kiwanis TV Bingo is only on Rogers TV, with 4 games every Monday night at 7. Help support the charities of the Kiwanis Club of Ottawa and your chance to win some cash too. Kiwanis TV Bingo, Mondays at 7.
An important reminder from Rogers. For cable customers whose TV is connected directly to their analog cable outlet, analog versions of select channels will continue to be phased out. Simply order a free digital adapter to continue to receive all of the TV channels you currently enjoy with improved digital sound and picture quality. Just connect the adapter to your cable outlet and TV. To order your free rental adapter, please call us today or visit rogers.com/TV adapter.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop a wide range of practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
First choice haircutters, Ottawa 67's hockey on Rogers TV. We've got games. This show brought to you by Coonstat Sports, with 3 convenient locations in the Ottawa area. Coonstat Sports, chain store prices, family store service.
There's the watch party at the Heart and Crown on Preston Street, and Gord Fury FC really haven't given them much to cheer about in that first half.
No, they haven't. It's been a bit of a disappointing 45 minutes. They've been on the back foot. It's been all Cosmos from an attacking standpoint. It hasn't translated into shots on target. Pézère's been fairly quiet himself, as well as Jimmy Mauer, but it's that key all-important first goal that was so crucial the New York Cosmos were able to get it in the 9th minute, and they right now are on the front foot as we see the crowd at the Heart and Crown enjoying themselves at half time, but I'm sure they'll be a lot more happier if the Fury are able to tie this up here early in the second half.
Last week in the semi-final, Fury FC trailed 1-0 at the half, and then Tommy Heineman came out in the 46th minute and tied it up.
I think that was key. Mark went in at half time. I think the difference was in the first half last week against Minnesota, they were the better team. They were taking the game to Minnesota. They had far better chances against Minnesota. And Minnesota went in 1-0 against the run of play, but the Fury came out in the second half in that match and just continued doing what they're doing. They can't keep doing that in the second half. They've been on the back foot. They've been far too deep defensively. Outside of the first 5 minutes, we haven't really seen Richter or Trafford get into good advanced positions. And central midfield right now is being bossed by Marco Senna, someone in a black shirt. Put in a tackle or two, let them know that you're there. You just haven't seen that physical aspect from the Ottawa Fury that we've seen possibly over the course of the fall season. You've got to get in there, get the foot in, get stuck in, really get more involved. Let New York Cosmos know they're in the game, because right now they're just strolling through this. Someday in a Fury shirt has got to take the bull by the horns. Maybe Parapovic, Richie Ryan, someone in a black shirt needs to get this Fury team driving forward instead of on the back foot as they were for most of that first half.
Giovanni Savarese has this team so well coached, Gord. Fury FC get maybe a second to see where they're going to put the ball next before they're closed in.
Yeah, and that's the thing right now in that central midfield area. The Cosmos are doing such a good job of getting bodies around the black shirts when they have to. But the other key is they're committing bodies forward on the counter-attack, something we saw Ottawa do extremely well in that 4-1 win against the Cosmos a couple of months ago. Turnabout's fair play. Savarese's got the Cosmos doing the exact same thing this afternoon. The Fury have to do a better job of dealing with it.
Just 2 quality opportunities at goal in that first half for Fury FC. As a coach, Gord, you've been around this game a long time. How do you break up that back four of the Cosmos?
I think you've got to push your 2 wingers up a little bit more. You're allowing them far too much time. And we see that from Ottawa Fury in away games all through the entire season. They like to drop off. They leave Tommy Heineman as a sort of a lone striker. And in this case, they're pulling Paolo Junior and Wiedemann really deep to help out in central midfield. Push up a little bit more. Don't allow your fullbacks as much time as the Cosmos are having right now. When the ball gets played into Mendes, make him play the ball into the centre midfield area where you've got Ibi Parapovic, Eustachio and Richie Ryan to probably help close that down. Because right now, the back four of the Cosmos from open play are under no pressure at all.
You touched upon it in the broadcast during the first half that despite the fact that possession is probably 75-25 in favor of the Cosmos in the first half, Romuald Pézère hasn't really been that busy.
Yeah, whether it's 75 or not, I mean, it's certainly in the Cosmos' favour. Of that, there's no doubt. And Marco Senna, as we said, is the one that's pulling the strings in central midfield. But for all their play going into the attacking third, for all their success in getting the second ball when it's knocked out from the back four of the Fury, it hasn't translated into shots for the Cosmos. And it's that one half chance, that one opportunity when the back four just get caught out of shape. You had Eustachio having to go in and cover, along with Colin Falvey, and Celerino just snipped in between them, rolled the ball under goalkeeper Pézère, and unfortunately for the Fury, down 1-0 here after 45 minutes.
The folks down at the Heart and Crown on Preston Street need something to cheer about. New York Cosmos leading Ottawa Fury FC 1-0 after the first half. Get comfortable, get your snacks ready, and your cold drinks, because the second half starts very, very shortly.
This program is brought to you by the Ottawa Sun, where real fans turn for sports news.
Find out what's cooking in Ottawa. Whether you're a master chef or a sous chef in training, we've got the recipe for fun in Ottawa. So tune in weekdays at 11. Watch and join in during the daytime. Ottawa.
Some talk about this, and it's going to materialize here. Let's see what he's got.
Look how cute we are. I want to puke on us.
From the producer of Bridesmaids.
I'm just a modern chick who does what she wants. And relationships aren't my thing. I slept at the doctor's place last night. What were you, drunk? No, I had like 2 drinks. 3, max. 4 now that I'm tallying.
Trainwreck, unrated.
Why wait to watch what you want? Order the hottest new release movies with the touch of a button. Go to Rogers On Demand on Channel 100 and start watching today.
We're ready to eat on Ottawa Eats. Make sure you check it out on Rogers TV.
The Fury watch party at the Heart and Crown on Preston Street. A little disappointed right now. It could get a little bit rowdier if Ottawa Fury FC get an equalizer and then a go-ahead goal and give them something to cheer about on Preston Street.
Well, it's great to see the soccer community rallying behind this team. They were outstanding last Saturday, over 9,300 in the stadium. Certainly a whole bunch down in New York this afternoon, and a whack of them down at the Heart and Crown on Preston Street cheering on the Ottawa Fury. And as you said, hopefully the lads can give them something to cheer about here in this second half, because the first half a little bit disappointing from an attacking standpoint from the Fury. It's got to be better if you're trying to get back into this match here this afternoon.
1-0 on a goal by Gaston Celerino, in the 9th minute, as he got past 2 Fury defenders to put one past Pézère. Full marks for the effort.
Well, the play, it looked like it was going to be called back for a free kick against Alves, and I think at that point a couple of the Fury players relaxed a little bit, expecting the free kick to come. When the play was allowed to continue, Celerino was the quickest. He reacted quickest. He got to the ball first, ahead of the two of the two defenders. And as Pézère came out, he just rolled the ball underneath him. And unfortunately for the Fury, that first 15-minute mark that Marc Dos Santos was trying to reach, get the crowd out of the game, he didn't get there. You gave it up after 9 minutes, and at that point you had to chase the game for most of that first half.
We're going to take one more break before the second half begins. Don't go anywhere, folks. Your Ottawa Fury FC trailing the New York Cosmos in the 2015 Soccer Bowl Championship right here on Rogers TV.
This show brought to you by Coonstat Sports, with 3 convenient locations in the Ottawa area. Coonstat Sports, chain store prices, family store service.
What's live? We are Little Spice.
Fresco Picante, Tuesdays at noon.
I'm Glenna Goffswitch, and I've been a volunteer at Rogers for 15 years. I've worked on lots of different productions, but mostly Ottawa Senators Overtime, and there have been quite a number of highlights over the years. I guess the one that really comes to mind, though, is the 2007 run for the Cup, where Ottawa made it all the way to the final. That was incredible. If you're looking for experience, if you're looking for the chance to meet new people, if you're looking for the chance to be part of a team, this is the place to do it. It's a lot of fun, and you learn so much along the way.
Wow! Holy star!
Dandy highlight reel goal.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Gray, host of High School Sports Zone. Every week we bring you the best highlights and sit down with some of Ottawa's top student athletes. Join us for High School Sports Zone, Fridays at 6 p.m., only on Rogers TV.
Join Jamie Ray Gomes for conversations with fascinating guests. One-on-one, Tuesdays at 7:30.
1-0 2-0 New York Cosmos after the first 45 minutes in the 2015 North American Soccer League Championship Final. Dan Mooney, Gordon Smith, and the folks at the Heart and Crown on Preston Street enjoying this one so far. Statistically, Gord, it's the kind of game that we figured it would be. It would be aggressive. 2 yellow cards booked. One Celerino booked in the 7th minute, and then 2 minutes later he comes back and scores a goal. And then Jimmy Maurer booked in the 41st minute for kicking the ball away. But 5 corners for New York, 3 for Ottawa Fury FC.
Yeah, and the key thing is, I mean, I don't have the actual stat in front of me with regards to the number of shots that have actually been on target. I think it might be 1, and that's the one that ended up in the back of the net, because there really hasn't been anything from either team in the attacking third to worry the goalkeeper. New York, for all the possession that they have had, they really haven't been able to punish the Ottawa Fury for any slack defending in and around the penalty box. And at the other end, it's been a bit of a struggle for the Fury. Once or twice they have been able to look good going forward. Paulo Jr. had 1 or 2 runs. Andrew Wiedemann had a run down this right-hand side late in the first half. But the ball into Tommy Heinemann just hasn't been good enough right now, and he's struggling against those 2 centre-backs, Reversio and Mendes, and he's not getting any space, he's not getting any time. You've got to try and find the big lads some of that here in the second half if you're going to be successful.
Mark Dos Santos does have a few substitutes. He can move up front. Ugur Albayrak is on the bench. Ali Alberto Hassan is also available to move up. Oliver is there as well. Carl Howarth. Does Mark Dos Santos go to the bench early, or does he stick to his guns as he normally has all season long, making changes around the 60-minute mark?
Yeah, but you're only down 1-0, and a lot can happen inside these first 10-15 minutes, and you get to the 60-minute mark and it's still 1-0 at that point. Yeah, okay, you might look at it and say, I've got to bring some fresh legs, some fresh ideas into the attack here for the Ottawa Fury. We may see a Carl Howarth. We know he runs, we call him the Energizer Bunny over the course of the season. He just doesn't stop running. That perpetual motion might be needed right now, because sometimes when the Fury are getting the ball into good attacking positions, it breaks down. There's no forward momentum. They cut back away, and unfortunately, it just allows the New York Cosmos to get so many bodies back into attack, into defence. I've really been impressed with New York, though. Their commitment and their effort. They're getting bodies forward, but above all else, they're getting bodies back, and they're flooding the midfield area that's making it real difficult for Richie Ryan to really put his stamp on this match here this afternoon. You
talked about how strong the Cosmos are in transition. Fury FC have to cut that off in the second half. How do they do that?
You might have to hold Maro Eustáquio back a little bit more, Richie Ryan a little bit deeper, and as the Fury are already defending deeper as it is than they normally would, you're really giving that entire midfield area to the New York Cosmos. Raul's coming a little bit deeper, Senna very deep, but he's been allowed to run 10-15 yards with it, and he's just spraying balls all over that midfield area, changing the angle of attack for the Fury, and it's making it difficult for them to defend. They've been down before. They have always been able to come back, at least in this last streak. 1 loss in their last 26 games. Yeah. Can they do it this afternoon? They certainly can. I think the difference is they've just got to, have a little bit more of an attack-minded approach to it. Don't worry about what New York's doing. Get the ball to Richie Ryan, get the ball to Maro Eustáquio, and get the ball to Ubi Parapovic. Try and get that midfield area back again, and then get the ball spread out wide to Wiedemann and Paulo Jr. We really haven't seen much from either of those two in that first half, and certainly Tommy Heinemann 1v2 down the middle. It's been a struggle for the big American. He's not been able to get involved in the game as much as we did see him against Minnesota last weekend. So Ottawa Fury FC now getting ready as we go back to the Heart and Crown on Preston Street for the watch party, getting ready to get this second half underway. Mark Dos Santos, as we mentioned, has Drew Becky, Jeremy Gagnon-Lapare, Oliver, Ali Hassan, Carl Howarth, and Ugur Albayrak at his disposal. And I doubt that Giovanni Savarese is going to make any changes at all. I don't think he needs to. I mean, he looks solid at the back, that they're well in control in midfield. And in the attacking third, as much as they haven't had the chances, they have had good penetration, they have had good balls, especially on that right-hand side. Restrepo's been able to get in behind Mason Trafford a couple of times. just hasn't been able to get the ball into the box. Trafford's doing a decent job coming back to stop the service, getting into the 18-yard box. But the fact that most of the game has been played in the Fury half has to be a concern to Mark Dos Santos. You've got to have someone in a black shirt step up, take ownership of this game here this afternoon. It's the final. It's the biggest game that a lot of these lads will have ever played or will ever play, and you've got to get back into this game as quickly as possible. You may see, as you said, the 60-minute mark, 65 minutes, Oliver, possibly Carl Haworth getting brought in for a little bit of a spark for the Ottawa Fury. Wiedemann's now come over to this left-hand side, Paolo Jr. playing over on the right, so the two wingers have switched sides down the right-hand side for the Ottawa Fury.
Falvey, here's Restrepo. Inside, Raul trying to feed Satella, who is breaking. That broken up. Raul once again in traffic. Richie Ryan right on him. And now here's a race. Restrepo sends it across. Oh, Celerino with a golden opportunity to make it 2-0, and he put it over the bar.
Well, there's that break down the right-hand side. A terrific first touch ball. He gets in behind Trafford again, and I tell you what, you've got to put that in the back of the net. As a striker at any level, it's so simple. The ball, it checks up a little bit high for him. He possibly would have wanted it along the deck. It was about maybe upper shin, almost knee-high, Dan. He couldn't get his knee over the ball, up and over the crossbar. A huge let-off inside a minute for the Ottawa Fury here in the second half. But that danger down the right-hand side, just as we talked about it before we went to the game, they had been successful with Restrepo getting in behind the back four of the Fury. That's exactly what happened there. A nice first touch pass, sprung him in behind Mason Trafford, and he played that delightful ball across the 6-yard box that Celerino really has to have put in the back of the net for 2-0. Huge let-off for the Fury.
Mark Dos Santos in the background imploring his guys to get in this one. And if you're never going to be prepared, or if you're not prepared for this, Gord, you'll never be prepared.
Well, they're prepared for sure. I mean, whether some of them are maybe having a little bit of stage fright is debatable. You know, it is a big game, it's a big match. This game's been shown all around the world. It's been shown down in Australia, it's been shown in Europe. You know, again, this possibly is the biggest game that a lot of these lads will ever participate in. I'm not saying some of them have froze here this afternoon. They just haven't been their usual self, and I'm sure at half-time that was a job that Mark had to do. Mark had to rally the troops, get them back into the line of thinking that says, hey, we're still in this at 1-0 down. Let's get out there, start playing Fury football, and get this tying goal.
Raul for Restrepo. Restrepo against Trafford. Restrepo sends it back for Senna. Senna for Satella. Satella outside. Restrepo has his pocket picked by Wiedemann, and the ball cleared back out. Heinemann couldn't get back in time, but it will end up an Ottawa throw.
No, much similar to the way the first 45 minutes went. It does appear as if the Cosmos have come out and again on the front foot, getting the ball forward as often and quickly as they can. And that, unfortunately, that missed as a head injury. Play has to be stopped. That break that they did have down that right-hand side with that player, number 24, Walter Restrepo. A terrific ball across the 6-yard box, took the goalkeeper completely out of the play, Dan. Here it is here as he slides it right across there, pays there. He's never getting to that. And it did check up off the turf against Celerino, and very fortunate for the Ottawa Fury. It went up and over the crossbar. A second goal at that point, even with 44 minutes still to go in the match, really would have made it very, very tough for the Fury to get this trophy here this afternoon.
Restrepo forced to come out. Here's another look at.
Again, there's minimal contact there. That's not even a flailing arm by Mason Trafford. Mason Trafford's arm
rested
is
it
just
on his
kept,
shoulder.
Yeah, it's almost as if Restrepo's, you know, he headed Mason Trafford's elbow or arm, and there's absolutely nothing the defender could do with it. And quite rightly, there was no free kick given.
Ottawa Fury looking for their first title in just their second season in the North American Soccer League. The last professional team to win a title here in the nation's capital, the 1995 Ottawa Lynx won the Governor's Cup. So it's been a long drought as Heinemann went up against Mendez for the header and just missed it.
Yeah, the first chance for an OSEG-owned team to pull out a trophy, pull out a championship. Certainly with the 67s and the Red Blacks with a chance next week where they'll take on the Hamilton Tiger Cats in the East Final in the CFL. But the Fury with the opportunity here this afternoon, they've got to get back into this quickly.
Wait a minute.
Kick given against Tom Heinemann for a barge.
Was a little late in coming.
Yeah, you know, like when you're in these type of games when there's players bouncing off each other, a player like Heinemann wants the referee to be a little bit more lax in some of the rules, and unfortunately for him this afternoon, that just hasn't been the case. Every time there's been players coming together, the referee's blowing the whistle, he's stopping the play, trying to let advantage go, much like he did for the goal, but unfortunately for the Fury, a couple of times it just breaks down.
Senna has his pocket picked. Here's Wiedemann now. Wiedemann back for Ubi Parapovic. Trafford stolen from him by Restrepo. Down the right side, Walter Restrepo waiting for some support, throws it into the area. Raul tries to set up a shot at goal, and Richie Ryan clears it away.
A nice play by Colin Falvey there to get out and help his left back, who unfortunately had been left with a short pass and he lost possession.
Ubi Parapovic for Richie Ryan, taken down by Celerino.
Good to see Richie Ryan just get up on his feet. No rolling around the ground, no play acting, just getting back up, ready to try and drive this team forward as the captain of the Ottawa Fury has done this entire season, Dan. And
tough as nails.
He certainly is. I mean, player along the same lines of Falvey, and it's just a case where, can the rest of the team just settle down, get into the Ottawa Fury way of playing football, and get a tying goal here. We're 7 minutes gone in the second half. The Cosmos have had the better chance here early in the second half with the ball from Restrepo just put over the crossbar by Celerino. But the Fury have got to get Wiedemann and Paolo Jr. on the other side into this game as quickly as possible.
And to get Sinisha Ubi Parapovic involved as well.
Yeah, we did see off the top of the show he was a player to watch for the Fury. He was that link between the defence and the attack, and unfortunately today it's bypassed him. He really hasn't gotten the service, and when the ball has gone to his feet, as we quite clearly see, there's 2 or 3 white shirts ready to jump all over him and make it difficult for Ubi Parapovic to create anything for the 3 lads ahead of him.
Ayoze with the throw for Cosmos. Injured in the first half, an arm injury off the back of the boot of Paolo Jr. There's Paolo Jr. keeping it alive, and a free kick or a New York throw. Senna. Loose ball in midfield. Here's Zitella. Zitella. That weak effort rolled right at Bezer, and he'll leave it for Rafael Alves. Alves down the right side looking for Paolo Jr. Couldn't get away from Ayoze, and another Ottawa throw.
And those long balls from the back four, every once in a while they will work, but the problem that they're facing right now with the Fury is, in that last one, for example, the ball was played a good 50 yards from Alves right up to Paolo Jr. There was no other black shirt down within 15-20 yards of him. Even if he is able to bring the ball under control, the minute he lifts his head up to look for some support, there's none forthcoming, and he's got to sometimes take on 1, 2, maybe even 3 defenders all on his own before he's able to get the ball to a black shirt.
Here's Ubi Parapovic with some space, sends it through. Wiedemann nowhere near that pass.
Yeah, Tommy Heinemann possibly to his right was in a better placed position. It would have been very tight though. I think he was trying to bring Wiedemann into the play with a lot more space out on this left channel. Another player down, injured, somebody on that far side. Looks like a white shirt again, yes. Salarino.
Salarino.
Well, an awful lot of quality. I mean, obviously, when you talk NASL, there's the haves and the have-nots, isn't there, Dan? There's the teams with mega budgets, and there's the teams like the Ottawa Fury getting by on the budget that they need, that they feel is going to make them successful. But it's not even close to what these type of teams, New York, Minnesota, and so on, that are able to bring in players, the quality, the pedigree of a Senna, of a Raul. Certainly the Ottawa Fury have quality players, terrific players on their own. But when you've got guys that are winning, European championships and European cups, sometimes it makes it tough to compete against them, simply because of the cash.
Heinemann taken down.
Well, this is a very strange one, and if he's going to bring the play back, he better be booking someone, because the play was allowed to continue. The Ottawa Fury were breaking forward, and I've no idea why he called the play back. The Fury were going forward in possession. I'm sure that's what Richie Ryan's saying. You better do something with a card, because if you're calling them back, that's a silly decision. Because the Fury were breaking forward. Yes, Heinemann went to ground, he was injured. Unless he's given the free kick against Tommy Heinemann, that's the only thing that I can think of. There's the free kick there. Please allow to continue. Ubi Parapovic, I mean, there's no reason to call the play back there. Ubi Parapovic has played his partner in. The only thing that I can think of is that it's a free kick against Tommy Heinemann, and that's not the case. If you're calling the play back, you've got to book him. A terrible, terrible decision there, number one, to stop the play. You were already going forward, the Fury had advantage. Why are you now bringing it back and not giving the yellow card against the player? Terrible decision by the referee, Alan Kelly. Number one, not letting the play continue.
And again, some pushing, shoving, pulling going on in the area on that free kick. Fury looking for a call. It never came as Jimmy Maurer gets set to clear it away.
That was a really strange one for me there. I mean, the ball was quite clearly with the Ottawa Fury going forward into a good possible goal-scoring opportunity. And you call the play back for a free kick against a defender that you didn't end up giving a yellow card to.
Heinemann out for Ubi Parapovic. Left side, Wiedemann with some support from Trafford as he moves up from his left fullback position. Richie Ryan all the way across. Paolo Jr. knocks it down. Forced back, Alves.
Look at the work by Salarino, Raul just pressuring the ball every single time. The Ottawa Fury had that up around the edge of the 18-yard box, Dan, and 15 seconds later, it's now Colin Falvey with a long ball punted up, cleared away quite easily there by Reversio for the Cosmos.
Trafford attempted to go with the quick throw. Falvey knocks it down, sends it in to midfield. Reversio for Senna. Trafford heading it up for Ubi Parapovic. And no space to work with. That last run by Ubi Parapovic.
Yeah, it was the first time, First time he really had a chance to stretch his legs. But there we saw that last instance. There was 3 white shirts around Ubi Parapovic as he tried to bring that ball under control in central midfield. It's so congested right now for the Fury. They've just got to maybe think about getting some more width into the game if they can.
Richie Ryan, the captain. Ubi Parapovic, again marked very quickly by Reversio. Here's Senna.
Yeah, the Cosmos certainly have done their homework on this game. After the 4-1 game and after the game they watched against Minnesota last week, they realised that Ubi Parapovic is a danger man, along with Tommy Heinemann overlap on that far side.
Wiedemann for Paolo Jr. Lets it go into the area, sends it across, and it's cleared away by Freeman. Quenzati out to midfield once again. Challenge there. Trafford wins it, but Restrepo got to the ball first. Falvey called for the foul on Salarino.
Yeah, frustration now starting to kick in for a few of these Fury players. Tommy Heinemann has been battered from pillar to post, and he's on the deck, he's up again, he's on the deck, he's up again. And he's just looking, I think, for a little bit more protection here from the referee. He's just not getting it this afternoon. And certainly that last instance, I'm still baffled as to why he called the play back on the free kick. And second of all, he didn't book the player. I mean, that was an absolute no-brainer. He completely took him out of the play. The referee obviously saw it because he called the free kick back. There's another bit of a... That's Celerino, he's gone. Oh no, it's not. I thought it was Celerino. Quinzati. The third one this afternoon.
In the 60th minute, third yellow card for New York Cosmos, and Pezer's out there discussing things with Raul.
Well, his touch was heavy there as Richie Ryan, he just showed the stud, stepped on the toe, and Richie Ryan got a painful one there, and I thought it was Celerino right off the bat on the tackle there, and unfortunately for the Fury, it stays at 11 men. It wasn't. It was Guenzati that picked up the third yellow for the New York Cosmos. They still cling to this 1-0 lead, but bit of a better second half showing by the Ottawa Fury, looking a little bit more attack oriented, trying to get the ball into the attacking third, but the Cosmos so far doing more than enough just to repel any attack by the Fury.
Ryan Richter on the far side elects to come back for Rafael Alves. Alves plays it across for Colin Falvey. A man right on him immediately. Mason Trafford down the left side. Wiedemann forced back. Ryan chips that through for Heinemann. Heinemann couldn't knock it down. Marco Senna now spins away from him and gains control. Hunter Freeman. Little flick inside. The header by Celerino for Guenzati. Swatted away by Ryan Richter.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be as much urgency right now by the Cosmos at 1-0 up. Hey, you know, they've got one hand on the trophy right now, Dan, but I think it's more a case of, can the Ottawa Fury do enough to get that possession? We talked about the 3 P's off the top of the show: patience, possession and penetration. Right now, they've got to try and bring those 3 parts of the game into the play this afternoon.
Iose keeps Paolo Jr. at bay and earns the goal kick. Iose doing a nice job of boxing out Paolo Jr. and not allowing him to get to that ball. But again, not a lot of purpose on that through ball, Gord.
No, well, the Ottawa Fury are the only team in the last 2 seasons to have beaten the New York Cosmos at home. They'll have to have a Herculean effort here in these final 28 minutes, Dan, if they're trying to get a tying goal and who knows, possibly even go on and win this thing here this afternoon. But
Trafford.
I think Mark Dos Santos now in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes will need to look at maybe making a substitution. Andrew Wiedemann has had a fairly quiet second half here, really hasn't been getting the servers to get involved in much at all. Paolo Jr. a couple of times down the right hand side, but he's been isolated, hasn't had the support inside or behind him when those long balls have gone out to him.
In the area and swept away by Mason Trafford. Here's Mendez for New York on the attack. Mendez back for Roversio. Hunter Freeman down the right side. Restrepo tried to get it back for Satella. Didn't work out. Ottawa throw as Wiedemann tried to go back for Mason Trafford. You get 2 guys on the sidelines. Trafford normally handling the throw-in duties. Wiedemann plays it back for Falvey for Rafael Alves. Wiedemann. Falvey. Alves for Eustachio. Ryan Richter up. Here's Richter trying to make a play across. Gets it to go off of Iose, and a corner awarded Ottawa, their first of this second half.
Well, the Cosmos are adopting the same sort of approach the Fury were in the first half, where they're just laying off the back 4. They're allowing Falvey and Alves, Richter and Trafford all sorts of time to get up into central midfield. In the first half, they were pushing them back, they were harrying them when they were in possession. Right now, the Cosmos are asking the Fury to come on to them a little bit more. These last 10 minutes, that's what the Fury are trying to do.
Richie Ryan, the left-footed delivery, and Senna moves it out for Raul. Ottawa down 1-0. And no stranger to late goals, Gord. 8 of their 42 this season have come in the 80th minute and beyond.
Yeah, and that's just the fitness levels. I mean, you look at some of the teams that have come into TD Place, and for the last 10 minutes, the Ottawa Fury are just completely outrunning them. Physically, mentally, I think that they're a very strong team, and hopefully inside these final 25 minutes, the Ottawa Fury are able to use their fitness levels, take it to another level, and drive forward and get this tying goal here this afternoon, which has now become evening. Sorry, here in the nation's capital.
Into the 66th minute now, and New York very comfortable. Here's Raul with the cross. Trafford to Falvey, swept away.
Oh, nice play by Raul as he tried to cut the ball into the back. I think it was Restrepo that was waiting for it there. Nice play by the Fury defence just to get it knocked away. Unfortunately for the Fury, they still have work to do to defend this throw-in on the far side.
With the short throw.
Look it.
Not sure. Yes, it would appear.
Well, again here in the second half, Pézère outside of that one, inside the first minute where Restrepo played the ball over for Celerino. Again, hasn't really had much to do in goal for the Ottawa Fury. For all their possession, for all their penetration they've had, the Cosmos just haven't had the shots on target to bother the Ottawa Fury, but they do have that all-important 1-0 lead.
Curls it in, far post, the header!
Free kick against the Fury. It was Raul that was impeding Pézère as he was coming for that. The ball did end up in the back of the net, but as Pézère's coming across, I think it was Raul that just backed into him, impeded him a little bit as he was trying to go for that ball. Savaresi's not happy at all. There we see Raul making the run right into the goalkeeper, barging Pézère out of the way, and unfortunately for the Cosmos, that free kick goes against them. It's not 2-0, it's still 1-0. The whistle went right away. Good call by the referee.
Fury players certainly right on that. There's a loose pass by Eustáquio right to Aoze. Alves for Paulo Jr. Aoze beats him to the punch. Loose ball again. Aoze slides it to Mendez, who clears. Little shoulder pass from Ryan there. Nicely done to Alves.
JP, after that pickup,
here's Falvey.
We talked about a lot of the players with friends and family that were certainly coming down. Well, I mean, Mason Trafford's he's trying to go for the ball there. He's got a red card. Oh dear, this has just gone from bad to worse for the Fury. Mason Trafford picks up a red card. I'm sure the referee's giving it for a stamp there on the New York Cosmos player, but I think if anything was just trying to get over the player and allow play to continue. But either way, Trafford has been shown the red card here this afternoon in the 68th minute. Oh, an absolute stunning turn of events here. I'm hoping we get a chance to see that again. I honestly don't think there was any malice in that at all by Mason Trafford. The two of them get caught up. He's just, well, I mean, it was a two-footed stamp on him, but I honestly don't believe there was any intention there by Mason Trafford to do that. And unfortunately, I mean, you can see himself, he's absolutely beside himself. Well, the Fury now, it was an uphill battle already as it was, now down to 10 men.
I'll tell you
a straight red card. And again, knowing Mason Trafford as I do, I honestly do not believe there was any intent there to stamp on him. It looked bad. It looked like a two-footed stamp. It really did. I honestly think he was trying to jump over the player. He wasn't able to get his 2 feet down. He did put number 13, Guenzati, in a vulnerable spot there, and unfortunately for the letter of the law, if the referee has seen that as a stamp on a player, there's no way Mason Trafford would intentionally do that in a game where you're down 1-0 with 22 minutes left to go. But the referee obviously deemed that as intentional, dangerous, reckless, anything you want to call it. The Ottawa Fury are down to 10 men. They've got to see out this match now. The last 20 minutes, up against it, down a goal, down a man. Tough ask now for the Ottawa Fury.
Into the 70th minute now, does Mark Dos Santos make some moves?
Well, I think he has to. You know, you go with possibly you just go with 3 at the back now. You pull Falvey out a little bit further out wide on the left, and you now go with a 3-3-3 formation. And you know what can you do? You bring another striker on. You're really just
Heinemann! Yes!
Dear oh dear, what an absolute stunner for the Ottawa Fury here. They've come back out of absolutely nothing. I've tied this up in the 69th minute. And Tommy Heinemann, the talisman all season for the Ottawa Fury, as the Hearten crowd, well, a minute or so ago, they were absolutely depressed with Mason Trafford being sent off and the Fury down to 10 men. But Tommy Heinemann has given the Ottawa Fury a lifeline here this afternoon. What a cool finish. He timed his run to perfection. It was a good ball through by Wiedemann. I think it was Mendes that plays him on, and outside of the right foot, calm as you like, into the back of the net. And this is a lovely weighted pass by Wiedemann. Heinemann has a quick look, doesn't take an extra touch. He knows he's got one chance to get this ball into the back of the net, and he does it. Last week it was his left foot driven into the back of the net. Today it's his right foot. And the Ottawa Fury bench, the Ottawa Fury fans, sheer delirium in Long Island, New York here this afternoon. We're just trying to find out what's going on. Heinemann's a little bit confused. Is there something else going on? Oliver has come on as a substitute. Well, we did say that there may have been changes to be made. Ubi Parapovic has been taken off this afternoon. He doesn't appear to be happy about it, but Lapare has come on as well. So 2 substitutions for the Ottawa Fury. Number 5, Jeremy Gagnon-Lapare, has come in along with Oliver for the Ottawa Fury. We know Ubi Parapovic has gone out. We're just trying to see who else it might be. Possibly Oliver on that far side. Gagnon-Lapare played left back.
Loose ball! It's in! But they're calling. It's a good goal. It's a good goal. And now Pézère.
I don't know what's going on here.
Savarese in there in the celebration, but all kinds of confusion. Falvey and Alves trying to play it off the line. And the Cosmos go up 2-1. Walter Restrepo getting credit for the goal.
Well, we're just trying to see how that play developed. It went all the way to the far side as the ball's whipped in. It's not cleared away here. It comes all the way to Restrepo on this near side. Gagnon-Lapare looks as if he's got it, doesn't give up on the play. That looks like it just goes straight in. There's 2 Fury players on the line trying to get it cleared away. Right here it's allowed to get all the way to the far side to Restrepo. Gagnon-Lapare does get a chance here to come on as a sub, but Restrepo chips it up and over. And I think Ryan Richter may be trying to clear it off the line.
It's an own goal.
Yeah, I think that is an own goal. It may have been touched by Alves on the line. Richter could only direct it into goal. It may be given to Restrepo, but in the 71st minute, well, sheer drama here at the stadium, Hofstra University. It's now 2-1 for the New York Cosmos, and the Ottawa Fury, as much as they got back into it a goal shortly after Mason Trafford gets sent off, they've conceded the second goal here this afternoon, and it's now all to play for once again for the Fury, down 2-1. Paulo Jr. was still on the park, so
maybe it was Wiedemann.
It must have been Wiedemann, yeah, that got taken off. His last involvement in the match was that pass through the channel for Tommy Heinemann to make it 1-1. Well, my goodness, all sorts of drama here at James Stewart Stadium this afternoon as the Ottawa Fury battle back against a run of play completely out of the blue, Dan. Got the tying goal at 1-1, and you look to just settle things down. We talk about that 5-minute period, and unfortunately they had a chance to get it cleared away, but unfortunately Gagnon-Lapare just couldn't bring it under control, and the Restrepo stayed with the play. He was allowed to get the cross in over and above Pazer, who'd come to the front post. Falvey now's probably going to pick up a yellow card here.
There's a push by Ryan.
All sorts of silliness going on here. People just have to maintain control. Don't lose the head.
Restrepo being restrained.
I think Falvey will pick up a talking to, if not a yellow card, for the free kick against, I think that's Senna there on the deck.
Falvey has the ball in his hand.
All sorts of stuff going on here. As the ball goes, as a high foot. You've seen a couple of those called earlier on by the referee. Celerino's yellow card was a high boot as well.
And Celerino has just been given credit for the goal, the second goal by the Cosmos. So it's not an own goal. And in the 73rd minute, Gaston Celerino picks up his third of the season. Just one goal coming in to this championship final in just 8 games played this season for Cosmos, and he gets 2 in the biggest game of the year.
Well, all sorts of nastiness coming into the game here. The referee just trying to control things down, but with 15 minutes left, this game is ready to boil over. It's been simmering for the last 5-10 minutes since the Mason Trafford sending off, and unfortunately for the Fury, it's gotten away from them after getting a lifeline with that Tommy Heineman goal. You see Gagnon Lapierre's more of a midfielder by trade. Here we see it right there, a chance to get it cleared. He gets caught in possession and the ball goes up and over. I don't think Celerino even got a touch of that. I think it came off for both Alves and Richter. Anyway, if the stadium announcer is giving it to Celerino, then we'll allow that to be given. But the Fury just 10 men, a goal down once again, and there's 15 minutes left to go. They played 2 substitute cards. They've got 1 more left to go.
Nice little drop pass, Raul around Richter, calling for a handball. Play continues as Richter sends it up the park, headed back down. Here's Guenzati, Sebastian Guenzati. Fury FC, 10 men. They've scored 1 goal after Mason Trafford sent off with a red card for the stomp on Guenzati. Didn't appear to really do that much damage, but Guenzati looked like he was opened up with a scalpel.
Well, I mean, you know, anytime you get 2 boots to the back or the side, it is going to hurt, Dan. I've been there myself. I know what that's all about. But I think the key thing the referee should have taken into consideration was there any intent by Mason Trafford? And when he was up in the air like that with both feet, I think he was just trying to land. I mean, yeah, he landed right on the player and it looked a lot worse than I'm sure it was. But the referee possibly could have, you know, in a game of this magnitude at 1-0, the game is so tight, so close, give him a yellow card. He obviously thought there had to have been intent there by Mason Trafford. And the look on Mason Trafford's face when he saw the red card more or less tells you that there was no intent by the left back at all for the Ottawa Fury to with a 2-footed stomp on the back of the Cosmos player. It certainly did. I mean, there's no doubt about it. From the replays that we saw, it did look bad. It was 2 foot. He landed on him, and the referee obviously interpreted that as a 2-footed stomp on the player. And the intent was there from the referee, straight red card, and
immediately.
Yeah, and the Ottawa Fury, you know, they were always up against that as it was, chasing the game at 1-0. Going down to 10 men, they showed a lot of spirit coming back and getting the goal right away, almost within, you know, a minute or so to make it 1-1, but then switched off at the back and conceded a second goal.
Another attack by Cosmos, and Falvey got in the way of that to thwart the attack and award the corner.
Yeah, nice break down the right, that left-hand side. Falvey getting the ball cleared away. Corner kick. Pazier directing traffic in front of him. Well, Fury having to dig deep now here. 10 men. Played 2 substitutions. As I said, they do have 1 more. They've still got Hassan on the bench, Haworth on the bench, Albayrak on the bench, and Drew Becky as well.
Hunter Freeman. Short corner. Iose into the area. The header! Oh, big stop by Pézère.
Terrific stop, and there's the respect from Raoul, just giving him a fist bump. A wonderful stop by the big Frenchman. Good header, rises up there. It's going into the top left-hand corner. Pézère, a wonder save, showing the form as the Golden Glove winner here in 2015 with all his stats. Terrific save by Raoul Pézère, but still work to do for the Ottawa Fury. 80 minutes gone, 2-1 down, a man down. Can they pull this out of the fire here this afternoon?
Restrepo and Tom Heineman with the sweeping tackle. And another corner, the third straight for Cosmos in their fourth of the second half, their ninth of this championship final.
And they're more than happy to keep the play up at this end, Dan. There is really no urgency at all by the Cosmos anymore.
Ugur Albayrak out there now for Ottawa Fury FC.
Didn't even see him come in, so we're just trying to figure out who came on. So all three substitutions have been made for head coach Marc Dos Santos. Albayrak's come in, Oliver's come in, and Jeremy Gagnon-Lapere's come in as well.
I think it's for Mauro Eustaquio.
Yeah, it has to be, because Paulo Jr.'s still out there. We see Oliver on the far side as a sub. Richie Ryan certainly wouldn't have been coming out, so we're just trying to see what sort of shape the Ottawa Fury have here. It's almost like they've got three at the back, possibly. Well, they've still got three in the middle, but you're asking Albayrak to play more of a midfielder now as opposed to a striker or a winger that he's been more familiar with during the course of the fall season since he joined the Fury. So all sorts of players getting thrown in here for Marc Dos Santos as he looks to pull this one out of the fire this afternoon. 8.5 minutes left to go. The Ottawa Fury trail 1-0 against 2-1 against the New York Cosmos, and it's been a tough slog. They came to life with that Tommy Heineman goal, but right after surrendering, Dan, really, I think has knocked the stuffing out of them here. You're going to have to really, really dig deep to pull this one out.
And they've done it all season long. Now, with less than 8 minutes in regulation time, there will be some added time due to the injuries and a free kick awarded there as the push on Oliver. Iose and Oliver, a couple of Brazilians, out there shaking hands, and the free kick for Fury. Richie Ryan will come in to take it as Alves moves up, and Marc Dos Santos sends everybody forward.
Yeah, and I think the Cosmos are just content to sit a little bit deeper. Even with playing against 9 outfield players, they'll be happy just to contain the Ottawa Fury.
Celerino sends it across, all kinds of space. Raul. Restrepo turned away. Senna. Left side, Raul. Inside, Guenzati. All the way back, Iose, Senna, Guenzati. Pushed by Ryan. An obvious push there, but it didn't knock him off stride. Hunter Freeman into the area. That headed away by Alves. Albayrak. Ottawa in defensive mode, in New York content to just maintain possession.
Yeah, you know, you're 6-7 minutes away from losing this final 2-1, Dan. You're down to 10 men, we understand that, but you've got to push men forward. You've got to get onto these white shirts. You cannot allow them that much easy possession in and around their own defensive third. You've got to get in amongst them, close them down, try and win possession back, get a turnover higher up the park than it is right now, 65, 70 yards from the Cosmos goal.
Gagnon-Lapere on loan from the Montreal Impact as Alves plays it back for Raoul Pézère. Albayrak. Heineman sends it out to the right side. Oliver knocks it down. Oliver into the area, looking for Heineman. It curls away. Knocked down. Nice play by Paolo Jr. Into the area once again. Heineman tries to spin away. The crowd and the Cosmos calling for a handball by Heineman, but play goes on. Nice play by Falvey to keep it alive momentarily, and now in transition. Senorino. This one is academic now as the Cosmos go up 3-1.
Well, I think it was Gagnon Lapare on this near side that played them onside. I think that one of the stopper that was left in the middle stepped up to try and play him offside, and unfortunately the sub was caught out on the left back position, played Celerino onside, and in the 85th minute the New York Cosmos have pretty much put this thing to bed. Celerino with his hat-trick goal, according to the stadium announcer who gave him the second goal, and goalkeeper Pezer absolutely no chance as the ball was stroked into the back of the net. The New York Cosmos now look to just see this final 4.5 minutes here at St. Right. Richard Ryan possibly just let him go into an offside position, but when you looked along the line, number 5, unfortunately, Jeremy Gagnon Lapare had continued his run back. And a cool finish, right-footed into the bottom right-hand corner for 3-1, and the New York Cosmos look like winning their second NASL Championship Soccer Bowl trophy in 3 years. They won in 2013. They look like now they're going to pull it off here in 2015 in a tough afternoon for the Ottawa Fury, but 4 minutes left to go. I'm sure they'll still be driving forward, trying to get something else out of this match here this afternoon.
This will be their 7th title. They won in 72, 77, 78, 80, 82, and 2013.
Yeah, one title in the modern day NASL, and of course with the old NASL, the likes of Pele and Beckenbauer and all sorts of world players playing for the New York Cosmos back in the day, with all those titles won. They've now picked up, as it stands, it looks like it will be a second one picked up here and there. You can see the disappointment on Richie Ryan's face as he's gave us all this afternoon. He's gave us all season. And you look back at some of these players, a player like Nicky Patterson, who's been injured for pretty much almost the entire fall season, picking up an injury during the break. Marc Dos Santos had to make some changes. He brought in a few new players. Hassan came in, Albayrak came in. Certainly at the start of the season, when you looked at the scenario where you brought in a Colin Falvey, you brought in Rafael Alves, you signed Ryan Richter, full time as opposed to being on loan from Toronto FC last season. Mauro Eustaquio has grown in leaps and bounds this season. Julian de Guzman, Captain Canada, was involved in and out of the lineup with injury, with different things going on, being away with the national team. But hats off to this Ottawa Fury team. I know it's disappointment, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of lads heading home on the supporters' buses, disappointed, crushed almost that they're not able to win this North American Soccer League Championship here in 2015. But this Ottawa Fury team has taken us on one hell of a ride here in 2015, Dan. It's been terrific to have been a part of, and not only have they been able to win the fall season, win their first trophy ever, but to get to the NASL Championship game has been terrific, and we've certainly enjoyed ourselves here at Rogers, bringing it to everyone that's been watching it and on this ride with us and the Ottawa Fury here in 2015.
Lucky Kosana in the match now for New York in the stead of Gaston Celerino. As Gord mentioned, 3 goals in this one. In the 9th minute, the 73rd minute, and the 85th minute to seal the fate of Ottawa Fury FC. But you talked about Fury FC taking us all on a wonderful ride, Gord. Just some wonderful highlights. 1 loss in 26 games coming into this one, and they have given it everything they've had all season long, and they ought to be congratulated.
And whether it's the supporters that have come out to the TD Place or in some cases followed them on the road like they have here today, or whether you're watching it at watch parties at the Heart and Crown, some other watering holes around the nation's capital, or watched us here on Rogers 22, it has been a terrific season. You cannot take anything away. And I'm sure Mark Dos Santos, he will be disappointed with the result, but he has to have a tremendous amount of pride that a team on a budget, on percentage, that a team like New York or a team like Minnesota are on, with the money that they spend on players and different things going on, that he was able to mould a team from 2014 to 2015 that was night and day, that gave us a lot of fun to watch, a lot of excitement to watch, a lot of great games. Certainly the 4-1 win against the Cosmos. Remember that last-minute winner against Carolina back in late July. The 4-2 game against Indy 11 at TD Place. All fantastic moments for the Ottawa Fury and Mark Dos Santos. And I want to wish Mark Dos Santos all the best as he moves on to wherever he's going. We still don't know whereabouts he's going to end up. We wish him all the best. He's been nothing but a top-class individual to deal with throughout this entire time with the Ottawa Fury last season as well as this season, and the Ottawa Fury are going to have one hell of a job to replace the quality of a coach and the quality of the player, a quality of individual that Mark Dos Santos is, because he's been nothing short of absolutely fantastic.
Paolo Jr. knocking it down. Little drop for Rafael Alves. Tries to get to the outside, drives it with the left foot. Another chance, and Heineman makes it 3-2.
They just don't know when to quit, do they? They just do not know when to quit. Big Alves, a nice little shimmy shake at the edge of the 18-yard box. And with 2.5 minutes left to go, the Ottawa Fury have made this 3-2. There we see Alves. Lefty goes right, and a shot. Goalkeeper Mauer taps it away. Tommy Heineman, the 6-yard box, in the 92nd minute, puts the ball in the back of the net, and it's now 3-2. And is there enough time for the Ottawa Fury to get something? They're willing and forward at the Heart and Crown. They're looking for something special inside these final 2 minutes. All cards have been played. The urgency's there for the Fury to see. My goodness, what more can you say about this team here in 2015? They look dead on their feet after that 3-1 goal went in, Dan, but they've just kept going forward.
And 2 goals with 10 men.
Yeah, I mean, it's well, what more can you say? And here they come again, looking for another.
Oliver. Into the area. Paolo Jr. sets it down. Goes back for
Yeah, that's not the ball you needed.
Lagare.
Yeah, that's not the ball you needed from Jeremy Gagnon-Lapierre. It had to be played in around the penalty spot. You had 4 or 5 black shirts right in that 18-yard box.
And coming in now for Cosmos, number 13.
Guenzati
coming out, and Leo Fernandez coming in. Guenzati assessed a yellow card in the 60th minute. But now all Giovanni Savarese wants to do is preserve this 1-goal lead for about 3 more minutes.
Yeah, and you know, like, these lads wear their hearts on their sleeve, Dan. They've done it all season. They just kept going. They went down 3-1. Certainly the heads went down, the shoulders shrugged, but you know what? They dug deep. They just found another ounce of pride to keep going. And Tommy Heineman, as he's done the entire fall season, just keep going, scoring the goals for the Ottawa Fury that have given them a very, very short and small lifeline here inside the final minute. We're inside the final 5, 15, 20 seconds. Pézère, I think Pézère was coming up to join the fray in the 18-yard box, but nobody was back there to take the free kick.
And Raul taking his time, placing the ball, trying to get in the way. Pézère sends it into the area, and it's quickly headed away by Reversio. Here's Lucky Kosana, trying to move the ball forward for the Cosmos and eat up more of the clock. Kosana plays it out wide for Restrepo. Restrepo, top of the box, left foot, and Kosana offside.
Well, there can't be much time left at all. The 4 minutes have come and gone. He may be playing an extra minute simply because there was some time being wasted with Raul stepping in front of some free kicks. This has to be the final roll of the dice. A free kick given against the Fury, and that should be that. Well, they've left everything out on the park here in these final 10-15 minutes, Dan, and it looks like it's a bridge too far for the Ottawa Fury this afternoon. Just a few more seconds being wasted by the New York Cosmos, and it looks like Marco Senna and Raul will end their careers on a winning note with a Soccer Bowl trophy. And there goes the final whistle.
The New York Cosmos are the 2015 North American Soccer League champions by virtue of a 3-2 win. Only 2 goal scorers in this game. Gaston Celerino with 3 for the Cosmos and Tom Heineman with 2 for Fury FC. The 7th North American Soccer League title for the New York Cosmos franchise, the 2nd in the league's modern era.
And as disappointing as it has to be for the Ottawa Fury, they ever see Bruce Grobbelaar with head coach Savarese, Philip Dos Santos, Martin Nash. Disappointment for the Ottawa Fury, but immense pride all around this club, all around this organisation, for getting not only a full season championship, but making their way to the championship final down in New York. And unfortunately, it came up 1 goal short here this afternoon. 3-2 the final score. The Cosmos, as you said, Gaston Celerino with the 3 goals, the hat-trick hero this afternoon for the New York Cosmos. And the Ottawa Fury fall just 1 goal short. Disappointment, I'm sure, at the Hearts and Crown. You did well, you did loud, you cheered as well as you could, as well as 150, 200 down in the stadium, Dan. Just unfortunate for the Ottawa Fury. They fell that 1 goal short here this afternoon. Disappointment, but there has to be immense pride, as we said, throughout the Ottawa Fury family. Fans, players, coaches, organisation, executive. Terrific, outstanding season they've given us. And congratulations to the New York Cosmos, Marco Senna, Raul, going out as winners here in 2015 NASL North American Soccer League champions.
In their final professional games of their careers, they go out as champions, as Gord mentioned, and smiles all around the New York Cosmos, and no doubt dejection on the faces and in the hearts of Ottawa Fury FC. The entire Fury family made their way to New York for this one, and it's going to be a long ride home.
And I think the one thing you have to look at from a Fury standpoint is that, as Mark said off the top of the show, you didn't get to that first 15 minutes. You didn't get beyond taking the crowd out of it, making it a little bit easier for you to settle into your way of playing. You gave up that goal in the 9th minute to Celerino, and the defence got pulled out a little bit. I think some of them were waiting for a whistle to come. It never came. You just got to play to the whistle, and unfortunately, defenders arrived there too late. Celerino knocked the ball under Pézère for 1-0. And for the entire first half, we didn't really see the Ottawa Fury playing the type of football that they're known for. They were struggling to maintain possession. They weren't hitting very well on the counter-attack. Any time they were doing that, they were isolated. It was 1v2. And there really wasn't any chances in the attacking third for them to generate any scoring chances. I really don't think Mauer had a shot in the first half to even save. Second half, a little bit better. They came out a little bit better purpose, but the Cosmos, I think, at that point realised we're just going to sit a little bit deeper. We'll let Ottawa come on to us, and then we'll hit on the counter-attack when we have to. They weren't committing bodies too many forward either. The sending off was key, simply because it changed the shape of the Fury. Yes, Ottawa was able to get a goal right after it to make it 1-1. But when you started making all those substitutions at 1-1, then it went to 2-1 for the Cosmos. Again, you've got to make another one, put your third one on with Albayrak. It took about 5 minutes for them to really find out, get their shape again. Are we 3-3-3, or we 3, whatever we are, 3-4-2 up front. It just took a little bit too much time for the Fury to settle into what needed to be done. But I tell you what, this team just did not quit in these final 10 minutes. They were driven forward.